Okay, let's unpack this. We're doing a deep dive today into, well, an absolutely staggering life and career.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Spencer Chaplin.
Mm-hmm.
A figure so huge that his own biographer called his story, and I quote, the most dramatic of all the rags to riches stories ever told.
And that's not just hype, is it? I mean, this was more than just movie stardom. Chaplin was really cinema's very first international icon.
Truly global.
Yeah. And the Academy later gave him that honorary award, praising the incalculable effect he has had in making motion pictures the art form of this century. That's defining a whole medium.
It really is. But here's the puzzle, the sort of central mystery we want to explore for you. How does someone born into, genuine poverty, absolute destitution,
Yeah.
how does he not only become famous but achieve such complete artistic control, like total dictatorship over his work?
Right.
Actor, composer, editor, producer, director, all of it. How?
Well, I think to really get that drive for control, you have to look at the chaos he came from. Born in London, 1889, his early life was described as just continual crisis.
Continual crisis.
Yeah, he was actually sent to the Lambeth workhouse, in schools for paupers. He was only 7.
7 years old.
7. And his mother, she suffered terribly from psychosis, and his father died from alcoholism. So you see this picture of utter instability.
Absolutely.
And it seems pretty clear that this trauma just forged this, unbreakable will in him, a need for security, for control.
It's incredible, though. He starts performing really young, right? By age 9?
Yeah, clog dancing with the 8 Lancashire lads. Then he really honed his craft with Fred Karno's comedy company, which was quite prestigious.
Right. Carter's troupe was a big deal.
Exactly. And that's what got him noticed. Scouted for America, Keystone Studios, 1913, and then bam, the Tramp character debuts just a year later, 1914.
But even with that sudden fame, that kind of dizzying success, he must have realized that fame alone wasn't enough.
Yeah.
That he needed, control.
Precisely. I think that memory of the workhouse, that fear of dependency, it became, like an invisible co-director on every film he ever made. And that deep-seated need for autonomy, it led him to make a really strategic, honestly revolutionary move.
Which was?
In 1919, he co-founded United Artists.
Ah, United Artists. Okay, so UA wasn't just like another studio.
Yeah.
This was different.
Totally different. It was about power. It was Chaplin, Mary Pickford, Douglas Fairbanks, D.W. Griffith, the artists themselves.
The stars taking charge.
Yes. They created a system where they, not the money men, owned their films completely, kept 100% ownership of the negatives. It was his insurance policy, really, against ever being dependent again. No studio boss could tell him what to do.
And you can see how that control then feeds directly into his famous perfectionism.
Oh, absolutely. David Robinson, the biographer, he noted that no other filmmaker, maybe ever, so completely dominated every single part of the work.
And the stories are legendary. It's
Yeah.
like 53 takes for every finished take in The Kid.
Yeah, 53-1. But it wasn't just being stubborn, It was his method. He searched for the scene, the truth of it, through endless repetition, physical improvisation, not just sticking to some fixed script. He found it by doing it.
That intense focus on the art, on his vision, it made his next big decision really quite revolutionary almost. Well, commercial suicide at the time.
You mean resisting sound?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hollywood rushes into talkies in the late
Yeah.
20s, early 30s, and Chaplin just says no. He defies them.
Yeah.
How did he justify that massive risk?
It was all about preserving the Tramp. His unique artistry, he said himself, I was determined to continue making silent films. I was a pantomimist, and in that medium, I was unique and without false modesty, a master.
A master. And he was right.
He really was. And that defiance, that sticking to his guns, it gave us absolute classics like City Lights in 31 and Modern Times in 36, masterpieces, even without dialogue in the traditional sense.
So when we think about, what modern people, what you can learn from Chaplin, it's really in that depth, isn't it, that style? He fused that slapstick comedy, the physical gags, with such deep emotion, such pathos.
Yeah, it wasn't just laughs. His films often had sharp political edges, too. You see it in Modern Times, criticizing how dehumanizing industrial life could be.
Or The Great Dictator, taking on fascism so fearlessly.
Absolutely. And I think the core lesson there, the enduring thing, is the Tramp himself. He represents the underdog, right? Facing this harsh, often cruel world.
But he never loses his dignity.
Exactly. He maintains that dignity, that sort of resilience, often through humor. He's always trying to be a gentleman, even in rags. His humor isn't just for entertainment, it's like a weapon.
A tool for critique.
Yeah, a critical tool. He uses it to sort of subvert authority figures, poke fun at the powerful, and it encourages us, the audience, to think critically about society, too.
That mix, that blend of tragedy and humor, it feels like it was his whole philosophy. He actually spoke about it, didn't he?
He did. Chaplin believed, and this is a great quote, "It is paradoxical that tragedy stimulates the spirit of ridicule." Ridicule, I suppose, is an attitude of defiance.
Defiance.
We must laugh in the face of our helplessness against the forces of nature or go insane.
Wow. Laugh in the face of our helplessness or go insane. That really captures it.
It does.
So maybe that leaves us and leaves you with a final thought to chew on. If ridicule is defiance, as Chaplin says, what helplessness, what tragedy maybe are you finding the strength to laugh at today? Not just for a cheap laugh, but as a way maybe of asserting your own kind of dignity, your own control in the face of it all.